Hello people of YouTube, it's Deepak here, and welcome to the DCS News for the 7th of October 2023. Thank you for being very patient and waiting for me while I was away on vacation. It feels like it's been a month since I last spoke to you fine people, although it's not been quite that long. I hope you enjoyed that most recent video in the Mirage 2000 series. I wanted to dive back into that and do a little bonus video because I felt like there was a bit of missing detail the first time that I addressed high and low PRF, and also I never showed off the jamming symbology, so I thought that was a nice one to do. So yes, because we're basically done with the Gazelle now. There's not really, I don't think, much more that I can show there. Apart from the tow missile. The tow missile with the Vivian's sight I could maybe do, but that might even just be a bonus. That's not even like it's not a full tutorial really, because we've already demonstrated how that missile works. So, welcome to the stream, Chandra Hedgevald. Thank you very much. I did indeed have a very nice vacation in Scotland, but it's nice to be back. Welcome Orleans Junkie, welcome Tea Kettle Barbecue, welcome Pink Floyd. So nice to see you all again. As always, I'm monitoring chat off to the side, so please feel free to comment there, and I will respond. We have probably a fairly long show, well, maybe not huge, but a longer show because we have 3 newsletters from ED to go through, and we have a couple of Matt Wagner videos as well as other little bits and bobs. But I'll start off with a little channel update. I'm probably going to start a new tutorial series as of next week. I'm still not totally sure what aircraft I'm going to go for. I might do the Viggen. I don't know. We'll see. Because I feel like that's an aircraft that's been less well served. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is, because I want to keep my content kind of distinct, I want this channel to purely be DCS content. I'm going to start a second channel called Deepak Plays, and in future, whenever I play Escape from Tarkov or something like that, I'm going to stream it on that channel instead. So if you like that kind of content, I would imagine that most people who subscribe to this channel are here for the flight sim stuff. And the DCS news, so for many of you this won't be a thing, but if you do like to see me playing other games, I'll make a post in this channel linking the other channel, Deepak Plays, and if you'd like to join that one, that would be great. I imagine that will have a much smaller following, but it means if you do want to see me play some Tarkov, for example, you'll know where to go. So yeah, and this channel will remain unchanged. This will continue to really just be flight sim content. Thank you, Sean. I am 81. It's good to be back. Nice. So, I think that's probably everything for the intro. We should dive straight into doing a newsletter. But yeah, if people have preferences for aircraft they'd like me to cover, or if there are bonus episodes for things that you think I've missed on aircraft that I've already done, please post it in the chat. I am watching, as always. So, straight into the Eagle Dynamics newsletter. This is the earliest of the 3, 22nd of September. Dear fighter pilots, partners, and friends, thanks to the great interest in our 15 years of DCS Celebration sale, we decided to extend the closing until the 24th of December. Well, none of this matters anymore. That was in the past. Sadly, you don't have a sale anymore, but as always with DCS, you can just wait a little while and there will be another one. There'll be another one coming, I'm sure. DCS A10C2 Tank Killer has undergone updates to its Datalink and fixed several bugs for its next open beta update. This will form part of the larger DCS 2.9 update that is currently in pre-release testing. Please read the details below. And this, of course, 2.9, if it was originally intended to be released last month, we of course didn't have an open beta update last month. It has in effect been pushed a month, I would assume, because this is so chunky. But as we go through these newsletters, you'll see what I'm talking about. A lot of cool stuff coming to the sim. Sean IM81, the Viggen would be great. Nothing beats flying at treetop while the RWR sings to you. Yeah, the Viggen is a very unique aircraft with quite a lot of sort of niche features. So I think there'd be plenty of content to be found in that one. Darth Urso, Deepak Holiday Swimsuit Edition coming this year. No one wants to see that. Pet Hell. Other games also always welcome. Yes. So not on this channel, but stay tuned. I'll actually probably make the channel tonight, and then I'll make a post on this channel linking to the new channel. I'm saying the word channel a lot. Would you like me to say channel a bit more? The Virtual 303rd Fighter Group is a US-based multiplayer group that flies the A-10C2, F-16C, and F-15E. Many of their members served in the US Armed Forces or are real-world instrument-rated pilots, and so the level of professionalism is certainly right up there. Join their Discord and a great bunch of guys who are looking to help and challenge you too. Thanks for your passion and support. Pink Floyd, bummer getting called away. Oh no, don't worry, it's all being recorded, you can see it after the fact. Yogi, good evening Deepak, thank you very much, welcome to you too, very good to have you aboard. Actually, I'll do one of my little pokes just now. If any of you watching the stream right now are not subscribed, please click that button, it means a lot to me. It doesn't cost you anything, please. We'll skip the 15 years of DCS sale because that is over. However, A10C2 Tank Killer development progress. In the next DCS Open Beta, you'll be able to customize your Datalink members consisting of up to 4 team members and 12 donors using the mission editor based on track numbers or TNs. Please note that this operates on a different datalink than the F-16C and FA-18C datalinks. At a later point, we plan to add a second datalink option that will be compatible with those other aircraft. Stay tuned. That's very interesting. I wonder what the deal is there. Because as I recall, A10C uses Saddle as its datalink, and it's not compatible with Link 16. However, of course, AWACS aircraft and J-Stars and things like that, I believe can carry a gateway which will allow messages to pass between the two. So, yep. Pet Hell, VAF gameplay footage exist? ? Yes, actually, I've not really recorded it, but a bunch of the guys in VAF have, in fact, recorded gameplay footage. Maybe what I should do is I should ask around a little bit and see if we can track some of it down, and I'll post some links. Hammy, speaking of VAF, Hammy, welcome to the stream. Our esteemed squadron leader for the F-15E. We're also making steady progress on the implementation of the SNS plus INS system, which will provide more immersive and realistic position errors. Over the past month, the DCS A10C2 Tank Killer has undergone maintenance and several bugs have been corrected, notably AGM65L laser codes from 2111 to 2688 couldn't be read from the scratch pad. This has now been fixed. The laser code has also been added to the MAV page, which is available for editing. We're tuning and adding new functions to the ARC 210 radio and Advanced Precision Kill Weapon System Guidance System. APKWS. So yes, this looks like it's going to be really good. I'm very happy that they continue to make updates to the A10C. This is, of course, only the second module that DCS ever had, and you know, it's great that Black Shark got a complete revision with Black Shark 3, and it's nice to see that the A10 continues to get some love. The Virtual 303rd Fighter Group MP server. The Virtual 303rd Fighter Group is an excellent team whose focus is on tactics, training, and realistic combat operations. The members have over 2,400 sorties, totaling more than 5,000 multiplayer flight hours in the DCS A10C2 Tank Killer and DCS F-16C Viper. They have their very own F-15E Squadron too. The 303rd offers structured training for all of their supported aircraft, optional follow-on training, and 2 persistent dedicated servers that run training and combat missions on the DCS Nevada NTTR map. They are highly professional, close-knit, and relaxed milsim group that prioritizes family first. If you enjoy flying with friends while focusing on real-world tactics, techniques, and procedures, join the 303rd Fighter Group Discord, and they provide a link right here. So that was 22nd of September. That was the first one that we missed. On to the second one, 29th of September. So, DCS 2.9 is coming soon. They said that last week. You can expect to see the all-new voice chat radio features, Warbird improvements, new 3D models including the S300, the S3B, the B1B, the B52H, support for NVIDIA DLSS, and more. This is one of the ones that I've been getting questions about almost every week. People are always like, when is DLSS coming? You know, we've all seen it in the videos that Matt Wagner posts. Why don't we have it in our own dirty little mittens? But that's coming now. Please read the details below to see what's in store. I've actually recently made the jump to AMD, so I'm hoping that they implement, is it FSR, I think is the same tech that AMD has. That would be very, very nice. Also in progress are multiplayer GUI updates that will improve spawn point selection. Currently, the new functionality is being reviewed internally and will soon be released to a larger testing group. We are incredibly thankful and grateful to our talented community of artists who have taken part in the B17G livery competition. The top 5 entries will receive the following prizes. First place gets 3 modules, second to 5th place get 1 module. Thank you for your passion and support. DCS 2.9 expectations. Included in the latest DCS 2.9 build are 5 months of development work that you have not yet had the opportunity to see. We are thankful to all of our QA and closed beta testers for their invaluable time in helping to shape the DCS of tomorrow. What to expect in DCS 2.9 and later in no particular order. So okay, it's not necessarily all of these features that will be in 2.9, but hey. New voice chat features and immersive radio effects. Datalink improvements for the F16, F18, A10 and H64. New cinematic camera view, that sounds exciting. New 3D models for the B1B, B52, S3B, S3 tanker, the CRAM, and the S300PS. The CRAM, for anyone who doesn't remember, is the that rotary cannon. It's normally mounted on ships. The CWIS. It's basically a vehicle-mounted CWIS, which is rather exciting. I can't wait to see that thing. Especially to see that thing firing at night will be quite a spectacle, I'm sure. AI aircraft behavior improvements, troop transport on player-controlled vehicles, NVIDIA DLSS support, and more. We look forward to sharing more about the list of new features coming to DCS 2.9 in an upcoming newsletter. Please stay tuned. Coming soon. Multiplayer development report. This actually looks really good. Can we get this? No, I can't actually bring up this screenshot. That's fantastic. There you go. That's as good as I can show you. But straight away we can see ourselves. It's showing us a little map with the spawn locations, and we have the list down the side. I would assume we can either click on them in the list or even click on them on the map, and all should be well. So that's looking like a nice improvement. That's basically the functionality you have in games like Squad, so it's very nice to see this, and War Thunder actually for that matter. Orleans Junkie, hope they can put out something better than SRS, so as to not divide communications. SRS is pretty dominant, I would say, when it comes to DCS multiplayer. I've never really been on a server that didn't use SRS, and SRS is absolutely fantastic. Of course, me and dotChuckles have had many discussions about this over the last couple of years. Obviously, if there was something built into DCS which was as good, if not better, than SRS, then absolutely everybody would use it, and it would take away one kind of stumbling block to people trying to get involved in DCS multiplayer. If it's just built in and it's easy to use, that's great. But they would need to find feature parity with SRS, and SRS has a lot of very, very cool functionality. So, the new multiplayer server user interface adds more convenient ways for you to interact and choose aircraft slots in a multiplayer server. This capability, which has been a highly requested feature by the community, will permit you to view all aircraft spawn slot locations on the map and to select directly from there. We also added a filter system for the slot list that will be built into the interface, so when a slot is picked from the list, the map view will jump to that slot location. Additionally, we are completing a new kind of aircraft slot that will be dynamically added by the filter system based on the availability and inventory of the aircraft warehouse. This new dynamic system will not replace traditional slots, but will add convenience for mission designers and will coexist with regular spawn slots. The system of dynamic slots will distribute spawns to parking positions automatically and will not need any additional placement of aircraft from the mission designer. When spawning in a dynamic slot, users will be able to choose aircraft type, hot or cold start, with all parameters that are available in the rearming panel. We are in regular contact with community server hosts and content creators who are helping us greatly with their excellent feedback. This sounds really cool. I'm kind of quite excited about that. So it sounds like they're basically expanding the warehousing system and making it possible to sort of dynamically choose aircraft. That's nice. B-17G livery competition. For those of you who participated in the B-17G livery challenge, thank you for your fantastic artwork. All of the top 10 liveries will soon be added to the B-17G in the DCS World War II Assets Pack. Please take a look at the full list of winners. I wonder, how easy is it going to be for us to... Yeah, it's quite a lot of work to flip through these. And of course, as you all know, I'm not amazingly excited by World War II stuff. But the B-17, it's a pretty cool aircraft. I do remember playing Flying Fortress, the Microprose game. Oof, that actually does look really good. So yeah, I've got some love for the B-17, but generally speaking, don't care. Oh, that link actually doesn't even work. This one does. Oh, look at that. That's really nice. Yeah, really, really good. Well, fantastic work, everyone who's involved in that. Congratulations. We sincerely hope that you will enjoy these excellent liveries and hope that the sneak peek at the upcoming 2.9 version and the future multiplayer enhancements are to your liking. Thank you again for your passion and support. And that brings us all the way up to the present day, 6th of October. This newsletter came out just yesterday. Dear fighter pilots, partners, and friends, we are pleased to inform you of the most recent changes coming to the F-A-18C and F-16C air-to-air radar detection modelling. Notably, we have further refined how the radar detects targets based on a realistic set of probabilities. Take a look at the technical explanation below. Stay tuned for the feature drop in the upcoming DCS 2.9 Open Beta. DCS Mi-24P Hind will also receive a wealth of improvements in the upcoming Open Beta update. You can look forward to exciting Petrovich AI enhancements and an updated SPO-10 radar warning receiver. More details below. Bogey Dope is an ex-US Air Force F-16 crew chief. Fantastic YouTube channel, actually. I watch a lot of his stuff. He's very, very interesting. That creates easily digestible DCS tutorials, cinematics, and missions on YouTube. His channel is a great resource for DCS pilots, and we encourage you to check out his channel and show him your support. I also encourage you to do so. Tell him I sent you. He's a good lad. Please note that if your Steam account is bound to your DCS account, you will not be able to log into Steam version of the game and will encounter a 403 error. This change has been implemented to enhance security and streamline access to DCS. Wait a minute, let me read this in my head again, I'm not sure I understand that. Steam account is bound to DCS, you won't be able to log into the Steam version of the game. Why? Why? I wonder. Why have they done that? I do not understand that change. Maybe chat can explain to me what the hell that means. It kind of sounds like if you have the Steam version of the game and if you've linked your accounts, then the Steam version of the game is kind of borked for you. I don't know why that's good. That's weird. Anyway, anyone who's experienced that, chat, have you experienced this? Are any of you actually using the Steam version? I myself have always used the Eagle Dynamics kind of their own version of the game. I've never really bothered using the Steam one. Air-to-air radar improvement. In our previous white paper regarding Phase 1 of improving the F-16C and FA-18C radars, we discussed advances in how we calculate detection range based on pulse repetition frequency, PRF, average transmitted power, received noise figure, antenna area, and signal-to-noise ratio. You can find the white paper here. For Phase 2 of the model update, we will be accounting for the following. Fluctuation of targets RCS. Real targets have complex shapes, and their linear sizes are often larger than radar wavelength. This means that radar returns from different parts of the airframe may add or cancel each other, depending on the relative phase causing the RCS to fluctuate. In our approach, RCS is approximately constant during dwell, but randomly changes from dwell to dwell according to exponential distribution. This approach is known as swirling case 1 model. This results in non-constant detection range and target detection probability. That's really interesting, because I know that in the current version of the radar model for most of the aircraft, the RCS is represented as a single figure. So in the current version of the model, it's static, in effect. Different aircraft have a static RCS. So they're now saying that the RCS will actually fluctuate from scan to scan. That's a massive realism improvement. That's really, really cool. And noise variability. Detection probability will also depend on the noise level, its variability, and the number of coherent processing intervals per dwell. Because the noise level continuously changes, the target may or may not be detected in a particular CPI. For example, there are 3 CPIs per dwell in HPRF RWS mode, and for successful ranging, the target should be detected in all 3 CPIs. Obviously, the probability of detection in all 3 CPIs is lower than the probability of detection in 1 of 3, or in 3 of 8, like in MPRF mode. In HPRF velocity search mode, post-detection integration replaces frequency modulation ranging. In that mode, signals from 3 CPIs are summed to make noise fluctuations smaller and thus minimize the probability of false alarms. This allows lower threshold sensitivity and increased detection range without increasing false alarm probability. This is all very complex, but it sounds like it's being very, very nicely modeled. Here we go. Some replies. Tea Kettle Barbecue. Maybe some people found a way around licensing and were able to log into a standalone and Steam at the same time? I've no idea. Darth Urso. They initiated 2-factor, which is why you have to have one account now. People were abusing the free trials program. Aha, okay. That's very interesting. Orleans Junkie. A lot of people are worried about this. Same DCS, not Steam. Tea Kettle Barbecue. I've only ever used standalone, never gone through Steam, so I'm only guessing as well. ELL, a bit late, but although they mentioned DLSS, does that mean we also get DLAA or other anti-aliasing methods? Well, the game already has many anti-aliasing methods. I don't know exactly which ones, though, and which ones they intend to add. So they've not mentioned this. I don't know for sure. Mr. Yeti, this is bonkers. We are worried about if we get dust from vehicles, and ED are modelling how radar picks up aircraft. Nice. The Riddle of Steel. Yeah, you can log into both at the same time. They probably can't stop that. Or you could last time I tried. Okay, right. Well, that's very helpful. Thank you, chat, for clarifying that. I guess if you can log into both at the same time, that is problematic. Mode-specific range and Doppler resolution. Closely spaced targets may not be resolved individually, and they may be displayed as a single target. Return energy off such targets may fall into a single Doppler range bin and result in detection at longer ranges. Velocity resolution depends on CPI duration, so in HPRF with 3 CPIs per dwell, resolution is better than in MPRF mode with 8 CPIs per dwell. Dwell duration is constant, so the CPIs are shorter. In RAID mode, up to 4 CPIs may be merged into 1, thus increasing velocity resolution 4 times. RWS HPRF mode uses linear frequency modulation for ranging, and it has poor range resolution, in order of 2 nautical miles, which improves 4 times in RAID mode. In MPRF mode, range resolution is defined by the range bin size, and is always equal to 150 meters. Sounds quite accurate. Evening, Mr. Yeti, welcome. And welcome, L. I was trying to figure out if your name is L or Eli. So yes, L. Atmospheric Wow, okay, let me try it again at this one. Atmospheric propagation loss. The atmosphere absorbs radio waves proportional to its density, so at higher altitudes detection range is greater than at low altitude. Another reason to fly high. In summary, the Phase 2 changes provide a more realistic simulation of radar detection probabilities that will have more variable detection ranges, low quality / spurious detections, more accurate RCS effects, and modelling of radar modes. In Phase 3, we will focus on false targets, look-down performance, and improved modelling of single target track mode. Whew. that was a lot, but it sounds absolutely fantastic. I'm really happy that they're approaching this. They're clearly doing a huge amount of work in data links just now, and I'm guessing this is the next thing they're going to approach. We'll talk about the data links in just a moment. Okay, Darth Urso, I'm curious to see what they do with DLSS. Dogfighting, tracking fast movers might be an issue, fingers crossed. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on what version of DLSS, because certainly in the original version of DLSS, I noticed a lot of artifacting, especially if you're moving your head quickly or the items in the scene are moving quickly. DLSS actually breaks down very quickly. Although, as I understand it, newer versions of DLSS handle this much better. L for clarification, yes. Thelma Viaduct. Does DLSS have any benefits for 4090 4K BODs if already limiting frames to prevent screen tearing? No, in short. If you've already got that much processing power, DLSS is not going to do you any good. Yeah, I would think not. MI24P Hind development progress. Recent DCS MI24 Hind development has focused on additional Petrovich AI features, an SPO10 RWR system update, and tuning of the swash plate control limits. Petrovich AI is getting new and more realistic target scan behavior to deal with the same issues that real crews deal with. You may have noticed that Petrovich AI now lists all the targets he can see only after his sight is enabled and can be slewed. We've decided to improve this interaction with Petrovich AI by restricting him to the same limits as a human operator. Sounds like a good idea. The new target scanning system includes a deeper analysis of the target area and its surroundings. It will analyze the target area for any threats in the vicinity. After that, the algorithm calculates the search time based on the number of objects surrounding the target. With this new system, only targets that are clearly in view will be recognized instantly, while targets that are hidden by trees, bushes, etc. will take longer to spot. The more objects surrounding the potential target, the longer it will take Petrovich to detect it. The updated SPO10 RWR will consist of 4 channels with completely independent processing, the same as in the real system. The radar detection calculations are physics-based. If they calculate the radiation pattern of the transmitting source, the sensitivity of the receiving antennas, and the transmitting power of the emitter. This translates to detecting low-power radar emitters at shorter range, and vice versa. Detection range will also vary based on bearing to the emitter source. For certain radars, the range can also be judged based on how frequent the detections are. The system will now only detect emission sources within the operating frequency range of the RWR. For instance, early warning and search radars and some other radar types will not be detected. We're also refining the pitch and roll channel authority based on comparison data. Our earlier version was based on the MI24V swash plate limits. Compared to the new MI24P data, it should have less authority in pitch and roll, and we're correcting this discrepancy. This will make DCS MI24P Hind more responsive to pitch and roll input changes. Oh my. Orleans Junkie, that data stuff, that radar stuff is way over my head. I just hope I won't be picked up on radar when flying 5 inches off the ground when in the Apache. I think this will improve your chances. It sounds like they're going to be making it much more realistic. Okay. Pet Hell, the new radar tech will affect all planes. Can community mods handle that as well? The new radar tech affects the F-16 and the F-18 at present, although as I understand it, this tech will be included in the SDK, so I guess third parties will also be able to make use of it. I know that currently the Viggen, the F-14 and the F-15E all have their own radar models, which are completely independent from ED's radar model, so I don't know what will happen there. Like, I know for a fact Heat Blur are already modelling some of the stuff that ED are talking about. Their F-14 radar model is extremely complex. And Razbam's radar model in the F-15E seems to be rather complex and realistic as well. So I don't know how much this will affect those aircraft in particular. 3 versions of DLSS, 1, 2, and 3. DLSS 1 is the oldest one and has bugs. 2 improves on these, and 3 has frame generation. DCS is getting DLSS 2. Okay, I think I've only ever seen one, and yeah, one was, in my opinion, quite bad. It really improved performance, but the visual that you ended up with was pretty awful. Brian Harris, appreciate all of your expertise. I'm new to DCS, 1 year, but videos have accelerated my learning curve and efficiency. Well done. Thank you very much, Brian. Let me know which aircraft you fly and what series you like. It's always nice to know what people are actually watching. Orleans Junkie means you can use NVIDIA sliders. Yes. So, moving on, Bogey Dope. Please visit Bogey Dope's channel. You could leave it at that. Please visit his channel. His goal is to grow the DCS community by breaking down the complex topics into manageable tutorials. This is a fantastic resource for new DCS pilots learning to fly complex aircraft. Watch his channel and please show him your support. I second that. Show him your support. He's a good guy. So, moving on to the first of two videos we have from the one and only Matt Wagner. Also, stop. You can see here what I can see. In his alpha version of the Apache, he already has the longbow radar, it would seem, although it doesn't necessarily look like it's actually working, but certainly it's pretending to scan. I don't see any targets actually popping up on it. So this is very, very cool. This is the first of two videos that Matt Wagner posted, all about the data link in the Apache. And in this first video, he mostly talks about how to get it all set up and how to form your groups. In the second one, he actually demonstrates how it's used in the helicopter. How you can actually send messages to each other and share your points and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the kind of setup part. I would assume that you can also do this kind of stuff in the helicopter. Actually, I think later in the video he does in fact demonstrate where these settings are found in the helicopter itself, which, if anything, might be even more interesting. Have I paused this? Yeah, it's playing. It's playing. So yeah, you can see your group down the left-hand side of the comm page here. It's absolutely possible to edit these and to adjust them while in the helicopter. Don't know how interesting this is going to be to watch, but yeah, you can check out his channel and see how all of this stuff works. He does demonstrate how to change your groups and how to fiddle with the different features. Sean IM81, the Apache Datalink hurts my head. To be honest, all of the avionics in the Apache are exceptionally complex. It's way up there with the A10, I think, with regards to just being a very, very complex computer. People always used to say that the A10 was a gun that happened to have an aircraft kind of built around it. These days, actually, I almost feel like the A10 and the Apache are really computers, very, very complex computers that just happen to also be aircraft. It's rather impressive. The Riddle of Steel. Oh, more Mirage F1 if you're interested, please. And any thoughts on when the F4 might arrive? Well, Mirage F1 is a very, very cool module, and I do definitely want to cover that one. I held off for a little while because I wanted to wait for it to get a little bit more stable, but I think actually, well, not really stable, it was never unstable, a bit more feature complete. But I think at this stage it really is very, very feature complete. They did talk about wanting to do some work with the radar soon, but apart from that, I think, yeah, the variants we have right now are pretty complete. It'll be very interesting to see the modernized version of the F1 when that drops. Orleans Junkie. This new keyboard is killing me. Keep hitting the wrong keys. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, probably not that much more to show you here. He just basically shows you how to muck around with the groupings inside the comm menu in the helicopter itself. Let's jump straight into his other video. I think this dropped yesterday or today, I forget when exactly, and he actually demonstrates how to send stuff via the data link. You can also see now we've got the little square. We always had the little left-right arrows, which were kind of what our current audio radio is. The square now shows us which data link radio is currently selected, and we can move that square up and down with the IDM rocker here. And it also shows us our groupings as well. So, you know, Gunslinger is on this radio, defined as Group 1. We've got Pre-3 and Pre-4, whoever they are, showing up on FM1 and FM2, and it's kind of cool that you can flip through these and actually choose different radios. I think you receive on all the Datalink radios at the same time, but you only transmit on the one that you have boxed. L, also MiG-21 has dampening, right? Any way to turn that stuff off? I want to rip off my wings. I think there is a switch for that, actually, you know. It's been a long time. I have a series on the MiG-21. I think the MiG-21 is a brilliant module, but it's been a very long time since I've flown it. When we say dampening, really what it's doing is it's trying to reduce pilot oscillation. So it's not actually implementing or enacting any limits at all, as far as I'm aware. You have full control authority at all times in the MiG-21, so turning it off, the only thing that's going to do is make it more likely that you'll depart from controlled flight, and it will also make it more likely that you could create some oscillations. So anyway, here, he first demonstrates sending text messages. You got these MPS messages, which are basically like templates for common messages that you might like to send, and then you've got the free text messages where you can type whatever you like. Dancer, the Datalink video was especially hard to digest for me. Could not find enough public information on what things like single channel or primary participants mean. Okay, now I know how to set these parameters, but what do they mean? Yeah, he does explain it a little bit in the first video. I can't say that I fully understand, but I think it basically just controls your groupings. So I think one of those groups by default you only receive from, and then the other group is the default group that you transmit to. But I could be wrong. It is a little bit complicated. L, I pull as hard as I can at like 1,000 kilometers an hour, and it limits it to like 6 to 8 G. Nothing is limiting you in G-force, L, in the MiG-21. What you're probably finding is just a lack of pitch authority in the MiG-21. Keep in mind that its wings are very, very small and its control surfaces are very small. At those kinds of speeds, it probably just can't exert enough force. So I don't think anything is limiting you. Mr. Yeti, primary and participant donor is similar to the F-16, F-18. Watch those videos and he explains it. Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to give you a straight answer right now because I don't fully understand it either. But yeah, I think it is basically one grouping is for sending and receiving, and the larger group is just receiving, is the kind of very, very short way of describing it. Hammy, gotta go. Sorry, chaps. Stay frosty. It was nice to have you aboard, sir. Mr. Yeti, basically you only get information from participants and donors, but you can share with team members. Yep, that was my understanding. And I probably explained it way worse than you just did, so thank you for that clarification. Orleans Junkie, yeah, they don't explain things for dumb people like me. No, you're definitely not dumb. If you're playing DCS, you're not dumb. So, you also have the option to send current mission data. So he shows us here waypoints, areas, lines, targets and threats, control measures, laser codes, routes. He also mentions... what else does... No, actually, I was thinking of something else. So yeah, you can transmit particular items of data to other members of your flight. The only thing to note is that it immediately overwrites their set of data. So you know, if you store a bunch of targets and then you send those targets to your wingman, you're effectively overwriting his targets, it was my understanding. So it's not brilliant in that regard, but it's still probably very, very useful. It might be more useful, in fact, to send individual points, and he actually demonstrates that later. From the COM page, you only set like your whole database, whereas from the TSD, I think you can send individual points. Although I could be wrong. It'll be really... yeah, there you go. He just demonstrated overwriting all of his targets there. I'm very, very much looking forward to trying this out. I haven't flown the Apache that much. dotChuckles did teach me how to fly it properly not that long ago, so I can now pilot it, but operating the avionics is still a little bit beyond me. But yeah, I think this is the bit where he starts demonstrating the TSD features that the Datalink has. It's very, very cool. I'm going to do one more poke, by the way, everybody. If there's anybody watching this video right now who has not subscribed and they would like to, I'm not going to force you, you know, it's up to you. Please subscribe, like, and comment. That's a really, really big help to the channel. Really boosts me in the Google algorithm, and that's what we're always looking for. And also, that number going up just makes me feel good about myself. And so many things don't make me feel good about myself. I need to get that where I can get it, you know? So thank you very much. That'd be splendid if you could. Okay, so here we go. He's going to choose something here. Present position. Okay, so he's going to request the present position of his wingman, and it should appear off the end of the runway, I think, once he receives it. I like the little tone that you get when you receive a message. Oh wait, no, he's in send mode right now. So yeah, he's sending his position to his wingman. If we bump this forward a little bit, there we go. Immediately you see his wingman just appeared. I don't know if you can see my pointer when I'm doing this. His wingman just appeared to the front right of where he is just now when he got that request. Funny thing is, it doesn't give surveillance data like the Black Shark, for example, does. So these positions for your wingmen that you have on the TSD are static, and until you ask for an update, they won't move. So that's one thing to know. Here we go. He's selecting this point here. I think is that HO2? I don't even know what that is. He's hitting transmit, and he's choosing his wingman, number 2, and he's hitting send. So he's actually able to send individual points as well to wingman. And I wonder if this maybe does not overwrite their entire database. I've got no idea. That'd be nice if if that were the case. So anyway, as always, go ahead and jump into Matt Wagner's YouTube channel and watch these videos. He has some really, really good content on this. It's well worth a look. I hope he does one on the A10 soon, because we're apparently getting a big bunch of Datalink stuff for the A10 as well. I think in 2.9 we're expecting to get Datalink updates for the F16, F18, A10, and the Apache. So that's going to be really, really good. Dancer, DCS can make you feel dumb, though. The issue, however, is usually that you're missing relevant information that is either not documented or well known, or everybody takes for granted. Yeah, when they added the ARC 210 radio to the A10, there was a bunch of stuff that actually wasn't really well documented, and I dived in and I found, and I actually ended up adding it as comments underneath my video all about the ARC 210. Some of it I even didn't know when I recorded the video, so it's check out those comments on my video. It's well worth a look. Alrighty, on to the next thing. Heatblur posted this image most recently in their Discord for the F4 Phantom. So just take a little peek at this. Isn't that beautiful? You've got that old school gun sight there. You've got your radar display, which actually, you can see where the F14's radar display got some of its inspiration from. This looks a little bit similar, although with a lot less functionality, it would seem. Got a nice old school RWR here. Lots of really nice detail here. Just look at the weathering on the cockpit here. These little bits where it's kind of fraying away. And the bend in the sun visor over the radar, just really nice to see. Very much looking forward to this. Actually, sorry, I missed a comment a bit earlier. Somebody was asking when I think the F4 will release. So hard to say, but I think at this point it could be at any time. I would expect that we'll get some more screenshots and maybe even a trailer video from Heatblur soon. And at that point, I would imagine it'll be just weeks away. So who knows? Hopefully soon. Dancer, also, thanks Yeti. For more information to round out my mental image of how Datalink works. Yes, I think what Mr. Yeti says is accurate there. So, yeah, doesn't this look nice? Nice big lights here for in range and hold altitude. Very nice old school thing. And yeah, having the weapons here denoted by lights. I can't read the bottom one, but I can see gun, heat, and radar, so I guess it's like heat seeker, radar guided. Arm, actually, the bottom one says arm, as far as I can tell. So this is really, really cool. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on this. Basically, anything that Heatblur makes, I will buy, because their stuff is brilliant. Yeah, Tea Kettle Barbecue, yeah, just as I said it. Heatblur, take my money. Heatblur, take all of my money. You deserve it. You guys are amazing. But this is all we got. We didn't get much more information, just another screenshot. Okay, that's all the news we have for this week, but as always, I'm going to pimp the VAF, because I like to do that. So the VAF, or the Virtual Air Force, is a virtual online squadron originally formed by myself and dotChuckles, oh so many moons ago. It's a opt-in milsim style squadron where you've got the option of joining us as a freelancer and flying whatever aircraft you would like, whenever you would like, or alternatively you can join one of our internal numbered squadrons and do mandatory training, do your type rating and additional qualifications, and basically get fully trained up by one of our fantastic squadron leaders and instructors. We currently have squadrons for let me see if I can get this right, the Harrier, the A-10, the Apache, the F-15, the F-16, and the F-18. We're always looking for more pilots, so please join up if you would like to fly one of those in a friendly and fun multiplayer environment. Also, we're always looking for air traffic controllers, mission designers, scripters, livery makers, basically anyone who wants to get involved. And even if you don't fly DCS and would just like to hang out with some like-minded individuals, please join our Discord. Link is in the show notes below, and all are welcome. We're normally doing sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 PM UK time, and we're currently doing a campaign. Once this campaign finishes, we'll go straight back into doing regular training sessions. So, yep, all are welcome. Darth Urso, I just want to fly Normandy 2.0 without it dropping to 17 FPS every time I get near London or Paris. DLSS will help you with that, so hopefully that's dropping very, very soon now. It'll be this month, I imagine, the Open Beta 2.9. So very, very soon. So that was me pimping the VAF. Thank you very much, everybody, for your attention. If you've made it this far, thank you very much. Do me a solid and subscribe, like, and comment. If you'd like to further support the channel, you also have the option of joining Deepak's ground crew for a small monthly fee by clicking the join button below. Thank you ever so much to those of you who've already done so. Big shout out to Harish Rajan, Byron Farrow, Storm Kimbari, Channel Wright, Mangash, J.R. Walker, Chandler Hedgevald, Griff Nizzle, Mr. Yeti, Bread, Tier Zero, Tiger Muto, Sean IM81, Charts, John Blur, Frantic Stone, Mr. Craptacular, Alex, Tea Kettle Barbecue, Nero, and Pink Floyd. Thank you very, very much to all of you. Some of you have been members for more than a year now, so I salute you all. I really, really appreciate that. There are now some kind of little perks if you're a member of the ground crew. We have our own Discord server, and I do from time to time organise little get-togethers where we fly DCS together. So if you'd like to talk to me on the Discord, or you'd like to do some flying with me and the other ground crew members, that's your way to get in. Hit that join button below. So, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I think that's basically everything I have for this this little catch-up after I've been away for a little while. Normal service will be resumed next week, and I'll have a good hard think about what tutorial series I want to do next, but I think maybe it'll be the original Heat Blur module, if you don't count the MiG-21, the Viggen. I think the Viggen will be a lot of fun, and that's certainly plenty meaty for me to dive into. Darth Urso, thanks again for the hard work. Your new pack, your new hood name, Deep Hack. Thank you very much. Thank you. So yes, take care, everybody. Fly safe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Ta-ta.